All right, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of Fearless with my good friend Thach Nguyen. Thatch is a CEO and founder of Thatch Real Estate Group in Washington, a developer, builder, author, and philanthropist. Thatch has a goal of inspiring and empowering billions of people to reach their full potential by sharing his life story and telling them, inspiring them that anything is possible. But before I jump into the whole questioning and all of that, I want to give you guys a little background on Thatch and myself. I first met Thatch from afar about 1.5 years ago. Was always really intrigued by him, really intrigued by his story, and everybody that I knew that knew him on a personal level always spoke really wonderful things about him. My first speaking engagement, I had the opportunity to speak on the same stage as Thatch. Our good friend Isaac Stegman was hosting a nice real estate event at a golf course, and he asked me to speak. And that was my first time actually meeting Thatch and hearing Thatch's story and being in that environment. Something that I've always wanted to do was to be a public motivational speaker. And so that was awesome for me. The second time I had an opportunity to work with Thatch was having Thatch on the show, The Moment, which was kind of this whim, this vlog concept I came up with, and it sort of started to blossom. Thatch, you were actually my 18th interview. And that interview was so long and so impactful. It was our first 2-part interview series. And combined, I think we approached almost 70,000 views on Facebook.
Come on, baby. That's how we do it around here, baby.
Yeah, I was super duper excited about that. I remember on day 1, it hit like 8,000, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then I think it maxed out at about 34,000 views on Facebook on the first one. And that was like double. That was like double any other episode we've done up to that point. And then the second one did even better. And so once we had you on the show and just, you sharing your enthusiasm, your excitement, and your journey, then I knew that I was on the right path and I was doing what I was put here on this earth to do. Then after that, I was motivated to do a live version of The Moment Live. And I had to have you come back and do it live in front of the stage. And here's something that I don't even think I even showed you or anybody else, but I actually have in my home office all these pictures of different things that we've done. And one of them is, of course, you, my man.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you send me that the original picture.
I do. I'm going to. I know. I honestly, because I was going through my other kind of smaller office in my house, and I found this. I was like, oh my God, I have to hang these up. So, as you can see, there's a little empty spot back there. And so just recently, you had me moderate during your Springboard event, which was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And so I believe that you also did another one in California, correct?
Yeah, a big one in California.
Nice.
With a off the cuff.
Okay.
1 week promotion. We had like 600, almost 700 people.
Are you serious?
Shut it down. We had too many people at the meet and greet.
Wow. Oh my God. That's amazing, man. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. So now here we are now launching the new series called Fearless, which is kind of a build off of The Moment, but really identifying what it takes not to be great, not just to build wealth, but what it takes to do the things that you really, really want to do. Because oftentimes I felt for me specifically, if I am passionate about something, if something is pulling me towards it and it scares me, it usually means that it's specifically for me and I have to do it. And the main challenge isn't, can you do it? Are you intellectually capable of doing it? It's more so, can you control this mechanism upstairs? And oftentimes, as we were just talking off the show, is that there's this little voice in your head telling you that you should just play small.
That's right.
So Thatch, first question. How would you describe your relationship with fear, and how does it affect your choices that you make in your business and in your life on a daily basis?
Well, today, my relationship with fear is different than it was back in the days.
Okay.
So back in the days, my relationship with fear was my enemy. He's here to scare me. He's here to hurt me. He's not here to support me. He's here to take me down.
Right.
So I've gone through many journeys, many ups and downs. And after many experiences in life, I want to share a lot of that with you guys. Today, fear is my friend. Fear is my partner. Fear is here to give me signals to turn left, turn right.
Yes.
Fear is my feedback.
Right.
Fear is the red light on my dashboard that says, change your oil, otherwise your car's gonna fucking break down, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And so today, I see fear as my partner that walk down side by side with me at where I'm going.
I love that. Partner.
And they see farther out there than me, like it's the night vision.
The night vision.
Okay? And so when they give me feedback, right, I need to listen.
Right.
You see, before I was young, I was not conscious. I didn't have enough life experience to read all this.
Sure.
And that's why I think a lot of people don't realize life experience. I've been saying that word doesn't teach, it's life experience that teach.
Right.
That's why when you hear me share on Instagram or Facebook, I don't really share what I read. I just share my own life experience. And so the more life experience someone has, the more conscious they are, the more mindful they are, then they're going to be able to understand when fear shows up. It is signal tapping on your shoulder saying, Jeremy, bro, are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to get in bed with this person?
Right.
Are you sure you want to turn right, turn left? And that's the thing now a lot of people don't realize. And some people still are letting fear run their life.
Yep.
When fear is really there for everybody as their partner to give you signals.
I love that. You know, another way of looking at fear is like omens. One of my favorite books in the whole world is called The Alchemist. And all throughout his journey, he's seeing these omens, he's seeing these signs, partnership, if you will. And, you know, that's how I've always looked at the universe or God, all depending on your belief structure, is there's all these signs. And there is sort of this earthly Jeremy. And then there's this bigger Jeremy who has a much broader view of what's coming down the road than I do. And oftentimes that fear isn't necessarily there to stifle your movement. It's to allow you to make sure that you're making the right move or that you're approaching it with the caution that it deserves.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And the thing is that if you're not mindful of it,
yes,
it's just gonna keep sending you more signal, but harder and harder.
Right.
And then sometimes you don't wake up, and then you get slapped, and all of a sudden you get hit with cancer, and then that's when they wake up.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? And
that's
sometimes it's a little too late.
A little too late, unfortunately. Yeah. You know, all of a sudden, I think when you start to think that way and live your life that way, life gets more fun because you're looking and you're listening.
That's right.
And you are positively expecting those signs to come up.
That's
so
right.
You're more mindful. You
embrace it.
You embrace it.
You embrace it. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, shit. You know what I mean? Oh, the red light's flashing. Like, nobody freak out when the red light's flashing on their dashboard.
Yeah.
Oh, the oil light changed. They automatically go to, let's take the car for service.
Yes.
What if people can approach their life and business the same way?
Absolutely. You know, especially, you know, small things that we, I think, become accustomed to because we think that's just the way life is, such as waking up on Monday morning and being depressed. Like, I don't want to go to work today. Well, I love what Steve Jobs said, the late Steve Jobs said, that if I get to a point in my life where I'm waking up and I'm not excited to go to work too many days in a row, I just stop working. I take time off and I assess, like, what is actually happening here? Because eventually the inevitable is going to happen. We're all going to die. And you can't take your accomplishments. You can't take the money. You can't take your houses. You can't take your cars. So make sure that you're living in a way that that you're excited to live. You know, start to do the things that you really, really want to do. And I think that is so sad. Oftentimes, so many people in this world never actually become the person that they really are deep down, purely because of fear.
Yeah. See, if they look at fear like how I describe it, then they will actually declare what they really want to be and do and have.
Yes. Yes.
The reason why people, you know, don't declare what they want to be, do, and have is because what if?
Yeah. Right. Right.
And so since they feel that, they pull back and they don't actually throw their hand over the wall and go for it.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Because if you're fearful, if you're more fearful than you are excited or inspired, it's just faith. You're putting more faith in the what if bucket. That's I could fail, embarrassment, bankruptcy, whatever, and you're putting far little too much faith in I could become what I want to become. I could become who I'm supposed to be, who I've always been, but I haven't been brave enough to show the world that.
Another
person.
way I see it too. When you understand fear is your partner, then you playing to win.
Yes, right.
And when you look at fear as your enemy, then you playing not to lose.
Right. And you
all playing behind the ball.
Yeah. And you kind of go into situations with a higher self-confidence and more the intangible sparkle in your eye because you're expecting to win because you feel as if the universe is in partnership with you.
And if you already accept fear as your partner, you already accept the worst case scenario already. So
That's
everything
right.
from that point forward is all bonus. You can't go no lower than that.
That's right, my man. All right. Second question is, tell me about a recent situation or problem that you were sincerely afraid of. I mean, like really worried about, and how were you able to utilize the skills and strategies that you've learned to take control of your mind and not ran up against the brick wall and instead stay on track and win the race?
Oh, I tell you, I got so many of these stories, man, so many of them. But I'm going to tell you a story that really was the pivoting point of me seeing fear as my partner.
Right.
Because today it's easier when I tell someone a story. I just went through something, and then all of a sudden I go, "That's a signal. Let me go take the car in for service right away."
Sure.
Back then, I didn't see let's take the car in for service. I keep driving, and I didn't listen to the signal. It's tapped me everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So this was my pivoting point. 1996. I get a friend that says, "Hey man, I want to buy this house." In 1996, when you rent up a house for someone who found it already for $500,000, it was like a big ass house. Yeah. Holy crap! 500,000, 3%. That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't really know this guy, other than I just knew of him.
Okay.
Right? The first signal was, do I really want to write this deal up? I'm not sure if I want to work with this guy.
Yeah, right.
I didn't listen because the money was bigger than the greed was bigger than the fear or the signal.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Great sense. I've been there.
Yeah. The money and the greed was like bling, 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 bling. And the signal was like whatever. And so I proceed, and he went and got pre-approved, and the bank says he's approved. I'm thinking, okay, well, shit. I write it up, right? And then we had some delay on closing, right? Because they couldn't get the money, into the bank on time.
Yeah.
Right. And so this whole process of buying, qualifying, and approving and closing was a little bit on the drama side, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was more signal that I didn't see, right?
Right.
Because I wasn't conscious of it.
Sure.
The house closed. 2 years later, I get a conference call that someone's here to see you in the front office. I go to the front office, and there was a gentleman and a lady in the front office, and they said, "May we speak to you privately in your conference room?" So I go into the conference room, and the guy says, "Hi, my name is blank blank, and I work for FBI, and this is blank blank. She works for IRS, and we are here because we have evidence that we picked up a guy that one of the biggest drug dealer in Seattle, and we are taking him down, and we are here to take down all the people that are conspiracy on helping him launder his money."
Wow.
And we know that you are the person and you're the agent that actually sold him the house. And so we believe that you knew he was a drug dealer, and you sold him the house because when you sell someone a house, you're actually helping them clean their money.
Right.
And in the federal court system, that's considered conspiracy, and that's 15 years in the penitentiary. And so we're here to actually take you down as one of the person that's conspiracy helping cleaning this guy's money.
Wow. Wow.
Now,
I've never been in that kind of trouble before, and I can only imagine what that does to a person. Especially, I know at that time in your life, you were absolutely killing it. You were multi-millionaire. Yeah,
I was the top one. No one selling the agent. I was already a millionaire selling real estate. I was selling hundreds of homes. I was a millionaire. I was 27 years old, top of the world.
Right.
2 years, I had to go through indictment.
Suffer.
My money was frozen in my bank account. I couldn't use my own money. I was keeping making money, right? And as I was going through trial, my wife was going through trial, right? 2 years of being indicted. Everything I was making, it got frozen. At the same time, I had to keep selling 100 homes a year because if I wasn't
just
selling,
to prove,
I was actually proving that maybe I do sell a house to drug dealers.
Sure.
So I had to keep door knocking in between time of me going to court.
And that's terrible because at that point, you're not door knocking like, yes, I'm going to make another fat commission. It's like, I have to door knock or else.
Or else I'm going to prove that the federal guys are correct and I am selling a home to drug dealer.
Wow.
So imagine I'm still selling 80 to 100 homes a year, Jeremy, for 2 years, being in listing presentation, still taking listing like I need a listing because my life depends on it.
Jeez.
See?
Wow.
And after 2 years, it was coming up to July 4th, 1997. And they said that, you know, we are looking at maybe taking you in and trialing you. And I remember, Jeremy, on July 7th, me and Cam, we went to Vancouver for the weekend to basically just be prepared for me to go in to be trial. Wow. And I went there and I got on my knee and I was like, God, help me get out of this mess. I promise you, if I'm out of this mess, I will make a difference in my life. I use my life as an instrument to, you know, inspire the people. I use my life story to, you know, on the journey to help people to see, you know, what's the right way to live life. Just get me out of this mess. Please get me out of this mess. And on Monday, and then what happened was I accepted the worst case scenario. I asked myself, if the worst case I have to go in and do time for 15 years, can I make peace with that?
Yeah.
And it took me the whole weekend, and I realized that in order for me to actually let go of fear, I have to accept the worst case scenario of what would happen if the worst case did come.
Wow.
I had to walk myself through with Cammie. If I go in, you can take power of attorney and you can sell any of the rental houses when you need to make money. And we had talked about every little thing, and then talked about even the worst case scenario, that if you do not want to stay with me in the 15 year, you should actually go also.
Wow.
That was tough, bro.
That's major, man. That's you know.
That's the worst. That's fear. But see, I have to face the worst case scenario, bro.
Yeah.
And once I face the worst case scenario, like I said earlier, I have already accepted the rock bottom. If that happened, can I make peace with it? And I accepted it.
Right. And then once you accepted it, I feel like you overcame it.
You have nothing else to fear.
Right.
There's nothing else that to fear. If I already went through all the worst case, if I accept and make peace with it, what else can be any worse than that?
Sure.
And then what I realized was I started living again. I was in prison without being in prison for 2 years going through the trial.
Yeah.
Right? And the magical story was they were to come pick me up on Monday, bro. They never came.
Wow.
A week later, they never came. A month later, they never came. I called the attorney. I'm like, what's up? And the attorney said, I don't know. I never had a situation that ever happened after 15 years being an attorney and never seen someone said they're going to come get somebody, right? And they didn't come. Well, a month after I talked to him, nothing happened. Bro, 1997 until now, I still ain't got a phone call from my attorney or the court system.
Jeez.
This is what happens.
Hallelujah.
When you can actually look at fear, see what it's trying to tell you,
right,
and accept it. And what the thing for me, why I believe that I had to go through such tough time early age, because I'm a teacher today from life experience.
Right. You cannot have You cannot have a testimony without being tested.
That's
you
it.
know, and perhaps the universe identify you as somebody who can handle that kind of pressure, knowing
And
that.
all of us can handle that, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Right. And my lesson from that fear is learn to listen. Your fear is your partner.
Your fear is your partner. Right. It
Right?
sees something that you don't.
That's right. Because it's just a channel that the universe is channeling through to tell you,
right,
don't sell the house. I don't care, 15,000 commission. It ain't worth it.
Right.
I didn't hear that.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
I do.
So today, I have so many stories today, but it don't take 2 years. It takes only a few days to turn it around.
I love it. I love it. So quick question on that is, how did that, you overcoming that and feeling that fear and feeling that and sort of feeling that and saying it in your every,
it's 11 o'clock,
every ounce in your being, how did that affect your business and affect your life after you overcame that? Were you braver? Were you more relaxed and chill? Or were you like, oh my God, if I can overcome that, then I can do anything?
So the moment one accept the worst case scenario and make peace with it, there's no more fear. There's no more tug of war. There's no more, going that way, or I want to win, but I might lose.
Right.
I want to succeed, but what do you feel? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Fear no more. So when fear is not present no more, then the only thing left is inspiration, empowerment, motivated, right?
Serenity.
Eager, excited. And you just go because there's no more ankle weight to your feet.
Right.
And so that's the thing for me. The moment I let that go, I start to live again. Because when you got fear always running your life, you're not really living.
Right.
Most people right now, Jeremy, are living, but they're in prison and they put their own bar in their own jail up themselves.
Yes, I love that. And I feel the same way. So many people are living, but they're not alive. There are very few people that are alive. And people that are alive, you can see it, how they talk, how they walk. It's in their eyes. And I think it's that willingness to jump before you have wings and have the positive expectation that your wings will grow on the way down. And sometimes you have to get smacked up against the rocks a few times and get scraped up.
Before someone jump, I'm going to tell them, if the worst case you jump and you're going to die, are you okay with that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Or the worst case you jump and you get hurt, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And if you're okay with that, then jump. Because when you do jump, you're not jumping from fear, you jump for inspiration.
Yes.
And when you working for inspiration, jumping for inspiration, then you can hear all the other how, all the other signal, all the other solution that's going to come in because you're mindful. You can't be mindful when you're in fear because fear is running your mindset most of the time.
Sure. Yeah.
The reason why most people can't hear solution is because they still ran by fear. When fear is gone, then you're conscious, you're clear-minded, then you can hear solution.
Absolutely. Thatch, as this kind of goes into the third question is, as a student of success and, constantly reading, constantly trying to learn for people who are more experienced and more successful, I find that there's two kinds of people. There's people that shrink in the face of fear, and there's people that start running. And I kind of call it the what's the word? Basically, animals out in the forest, if they're approached by a lion, some animals may shrink and hide and get scared, but some find out just how agile, just how athletic, just how fast, just how high they can jump once they're faced with fear. And unfortunately, I feel like I'm one of those individuals, is that if something that is fearful or is worrying me, if you put me in a situation where my back is against the wall, I am at my best. I can think clear, I'm fast, I'm agile, I'm strong. And so third question is, what's your worst nightmare in business or in life? And how are you using that fear to propel you forward in a way that has greater intensity and greater focus? Like right now, there's this moment. Is there anything that you're really wanting to do in life, but you're scared about it and you're worried, and that is actually helping you to move forward with greater aggression?
I think for me right now, man, my biggest fear is really everything I preach today, everything I'm doing today, I want to make sure that I am living my life in alignment to be inspired people to live it also in alignment. So my fear is to make sure that I'm not preaching anything on Instagram or Facebook or on here that I'm not doing it my own self.
Right. Because
the worst I can do right now is to actually lead people in the wrong path that's going to cause them to grind in life, have more fear in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think for me in business, I'm always out doing big real estate projects. But for me, my big fear is that do not let the money distract me from hearing signal. Like I seen the market turning, and I was seeing so many of my friends buying more land, and I wanted to buy more land. But you know what? I told myself, this market is turning. If I buy more land, I'm going to be in that same time like I did in 2008. I'm going to lose a lot of money.
Sure.
And my wife and I was like, we were mindful and we was conscious, and we also wasn't trying to, do things to please the ego or to flex out there to show all the people out there, I'm playing big, right?
Yeah.
Now the market turned, and I only have a few property that right now that in a danger zone, but it's not a lot.
Yeah.
In 2008, I had over $6-7 million property that went upside down. I lost $4-5-6 million. Wow. And I now can tell you, Jeremy, in this market, there is lots of investor, lots of builders right now that are losing their ass off right now because this market changed so fast on them.
Wow.
And so for me, it's being mindful and do not let the money distract the clarity of knowing what's right and what's wrong for me.
Right. I love that. You're right. I mean, especially in this day and age when so many people have done so well in the previous 2 and 3 years. Now you have so many people in the marketplace who are chasing that same dream and wanting those same kind of results and are willing to take probably unnecessary risk to have that same success. And so you're right, man.
With social media right now, everyone going on social media flexing, right? And they want to brag, and that they're so big, they so much want to brag and look good, but they're not paying attention to their own fear, telling them, bro, don't buy that property. You're going to lose your ass off. Right. But the flexing and looking good and stroking the ego is more important than actually doing the right thing. That's right.
Well, Thatch, thank you so much once again for bringing the fire and being on the show and sharing your wisdom. Thatch is somebody who I have been looking up to for quite some time now. This man's been killing it. And I think probably the most impressive thing about you, Thatch, as an individual, but also as a teacher, is that you're 100% you. You are the same guy on this podcast as you are in person, as you are on stage, as you're driving one of your super fresh whips. So, that's
super real, baby.
I love it. All right, brother. I love you, man. Have a great day. And this will go live on Friday.
All right, brother. Look forward to it and sharing it with other people.
Right on, brother. Have a good day.
All right. Peace out.
Bye.